Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading is a mid-monthly reading for October 2018, focusing on the areas of career and finance and love and relationships. For the career and finance part of the reading, I'll be using the Gilded Tarot deck by Sarah Marchetti, as well as an oracle card from the Life Purpose Oracle Card deck by Doreen Virtue. And for the relationship portion of the reading, I'll be using the Wheel of the Year Tarot deck by Lo Scarabeo and the Romance Angels Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue as well. Just a reminder, even though these are done by astrological sign, these are general readings, so the messages may or may not resonate with you. The only way to get a truly personalized reading would be to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, all of the information can be found in the description box below this video. Also, it's a good idea to watch not just your sun sign video, but also your moon and rising sign. Many times, if the messages from, for example, the sun sign don't resonate that month, you might have messages coming through in the moon or rising video, or by listening to all three together, you get a more complete overview of what might be coming up over the next couple of weeks. And now is a good time, like I always do as well. I try to. Sometimes I forget, but I would like to give a big thank you to everybody who subscribes to the channel, who likes my videos. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you very much. All right, so I will stop for now, and we'll see you in 1 second for your reading. Hi Taurus, hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your readings. So we'll start off with the career and finance portion of the reading. So you have as your first card, the Knight of Swords, followed by the Ten of Wands, and the outbound energy is Major Arcana number 9, the Hermit. The card from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy for the last 2 weeks of the month, you have the Six of Wands. And from the bottom of the deck, from the Life Purpose deck, the Oracle card deck, we have Builder. Your innate ability to build and create brings you a deep sense of accomplishment. Okay, so starting off here with the let's start with the overall energy. So the Six of Wands it's a card of victory, right? The Suit of Wands itself, it deals with the day-to-day matters in life. It deals with, the work that we do. It has to do with creative projects, creative endeavors, business endeavors, and then it's our own determination and drive and ambition for getting those things done, right? Our passion for the work that we do, our determination, and creativity to work on the projects that we work on. And the Six of Wands is a card of victory, right? This is you standing out from the rest of the pack, right? This is you receiving accolades for a job well done. Within the workplace, this could be you receiving some type of recognition, you receiving a promotion, a raise, right? There's something where, everybody is, it's like all eyes on you. For a job well done. So this could be, you might have been working on a project, come to the end of that project, and people are, recognizing the hard work, the work well done. This is you going out for a new position, going out for a promotion. This is your application standing out from the rest, your CV coming to the top of the pile, and then, you being successful, getting called in for that interview. If you've already had the interview, this is you, moving ahead, being called back, or being offered the position. There's there's recognition and achievement, success and victory with this card. So it's a great card to have, as the overall energy. Now, in the past position, the Knight of Swords, this can be, out of the Knights, the Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords are the two fastest moving, right? The Knight of Swords, you can see he has his sword drawn, right? The sword of truth. He's charging into battle here, and there really isn't, any battle in sight. There isn't anybody that he needs to go after here, but he's ready for whatever might come up. Now, on the negative side, the Knight of Swords can be a little too he can rush in a little too quickly. You know, he kind of acts first and then thinks. It's that type of energy. So sometimes he lacks in planning. Sometimes, you know, he just needs to kind of think things over a little bit more before rushing in. This could be you just, you know, in the middle of something, in the middle of a project, you feeling very, you know, committed and very focused. Kind of nothing is going to get in your way of achieving that particular project. And very focused on your goal, right? Very kind of single-minded, just focused on that one particular goal. Now, sitting in the center of your reading, the Ten of Wands, this is, you know, more Wands energy, but this is the end of this particular cycle. Tens in the Tarot, they're endings, right? And this Ten of Wands, it's a difficult energy because you can see the man, he's, you know, he has the 10 wands on his back. He's struggling. They're very heavy. You know, they're hurting his back for him to carry them. Maybe when he was just carrying 1 or 2 or 3 of them, he could handle it. But, you know, with 10 of them on his back, this is you know, it's a great deal of effort that he's having to exert, right, to carry them. So, you know, and again, this is Wands, so this could have to do with the workplace. Maybe this is you know, you've been taking on too much work within the workplace. Maybe you've been doing, you know, your share of work plus somebody else's. This could be you working, you know, longer hours than normal, working overtime. But it's a very, you know, a very tired and tiring kind of energy. But the good thing is that it is, you know, it's the end. It's the end of this particular cycle. So, you know, what comes after the 10 of Wands is, all right, I'm going to have the Ace coming in. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put down all of these wands, and I'm just going to be left with the one new Ace, this brand new opportunity, this exciting new project or job opportunity or adventure, whatever that Ace is, it's coming in. So, you know, it's like you're at the end, you're nearly finished with a very difficult task or project. And even though, you know, you might feel completely exhausted, it's like you're at the end. You can finally see, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel here. And it's just about, you know, continuing on and for a little bit longer, just, you know, until you reach that, whatever the end is. Now, the Hermit comes in after it as this is really a, kind of let me take a step back and reflect on things, right? The Hermit is, well, he's you know, he's the sage, and he goes, what does he do? He goes off by himself, right? He walks alone down this path, and he has this light here, right? The light really kind of representing his mind, you know, the knowledge that he's acquired, and he's, you know, going off alone to figure something out. To, you know, this can be for spiritual growth. This can be to, you know, to gain a deeper perspective on a situation. And even though he's alone, he's not necessarily lonely, right? He's alone because he chooses to be alone in order to have this time by himself. Sometimes this card comes in when there's, you know, you put things on hold. So maybe putting a new project on hold, putting, you know, something on hold in order for you to contemplate, in order for you to, you know, really, it's kind of like a self, you know, this journey into yourself. He's in search of self-knowledge. He's in search of, you know, what deep down, you know, in his heart, what his heart is telling him that he wants to do. So it's withdrawing, but it's for a purpose, right? He's not just off on this path, you know, alone for no reason. No, there's a reason for it, and he's, you know, in search of spiritual enlightenment. You know, this can be growth as far as spiritually speaking, or just personally, you know, needing this time alone. But, you know, if we look at all of these together, it's like you've been charging ahead, you've been ready to take on anything, you know, you're keeping your eye on the prize. Even though you might have been taking on more than your fair share, and you're feeling very tired, working long hours, you know, there might be this slight putting things on hold, putting projects on hold. But ultimately, you have this card of victory, the Six of Wands coming in. So, you know, as soon as you do put down the Ten of Wands, and you have the Ace coming in, and you have that new beginning, and you've figured out what it is that you need to, to figure out in order to move forward with this Ace, there's victory at hand, right? Now let me take a look at the Builder card. I like to read the full description for the Oracle cards, and this one says, let me find it here. Builder. It says, your inherent interest in structure and architecture has led you to develop an eye for design and skillful construction. You are naturally inquisitive, and you want to understand the mechanics and engineering secrets behind everything. To you, a beautiful building is a testament to humankind's creative abilities. Your soul longs to create because your sole purpose is to build. You love new projects that you can sink your teeth into, especially when you can merge plans with creativity. Even if you're not involved in literally erecting a structure, you may enjoy building automobiles, computers, gadgets, airplanes, or other machinery. You're also good at starting new ventures, and you enjoy a healthy balance of leadership qualities along with teamwork ability. You drew this card as an encouragement to explore new ways to be a builder. For example, you can build a successful business from scratch, or your inner guidance may direct you to build muscles as you get more involved with physical fitness. The sense of accomplishment you receive from building something is your soul's reward. Very interesting. And you do have, the two Wands cards, these are both cards that have to do with, I was talking about the projects and business endeavors. So this could have to do with starting up your own business, right? Putting down this heavy load and starting up a business on your own. Maybe that's what you've been reflecting on. Do you want to stay, working for somebody else, or do you want to build your own business up? Do you want to go into business for yourself or with somebody else? So interesting. It looks very good. With the Six of Wands, extremely positive, right, to have as the overall energy. All right, let's move on to your relationship reading. So you have, I swear, this card has been coming out for, I think, in nearly every spread. I've had the Three of Cups come out. So it's interesting. It happens like that. Some months it's like you have the same cards. They seem to be, coming up for a lot of the signs. So definitely, I would suggest watching your besides your sun sign, your moon and rising video. Right? There might be additional messages for you. So Three of Chalices in the past position, followed by the Four of Wands. The outbound energy is the Two of Wands. And the card from the bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. And from the Romance Angels, you have Give Your Relationship a Chance. Work on your partnership. Which is interesting that it mentions partnership, because you have two number twos, and in this particular deck especially, it puts the importance on, this partnering up with somebody else, working with others, right? The partnership aspect of it. And you have two twos, which can also speak of, yes, it can be choices, but it can also be, balance. It can also be partnering with somebody else. So it's interesting that this work on your partnership came out. As far as the suits go, for this part of your reading, you don't have any major arcanas, right? You did have one in the first spread. You have one cups, one pentacles, two wands. So we're missing swords from your relationship reading, but all minor arcanas. So things very much, in your hands, as opposed to, kind of more in the hands of the universe, divine orchestration at play. No, here it's very much you in control of what's going on over the next couple of weeks. We have the Three of Chalices to begin with. Is a card of celebration. So for some of you, it does sit in the past position. You could have already been through this, right? But it speaks of a celebration. As you can see in this particular deck, it shows there's a bird hatching. So there is this, celebration of news of a pregnancy, birth of a child. It can also be an engagement, a wedding, right? It's a celebration. The Suit of Cups in the Tarot, it deals with our emotions, our feelings, relationships. It's also how our feelings affect our behavior, affect our relationships, kind of move us through life. And with the 3, it's about enjoying time with other people, right? It's enjoying those relationships, enjoying time with our friends, our family, getting together with them. It can be as simple as, meeting up, going out, having a drink, having dinner, or it could be, a more significant celebration, such as, celebrating the news of birth of a child, or, going to a wedding celebration. So, but it does sit in the past. So there could have been, as you come into the last couple of weeks, there might have been a celebration, and it's followed here by another card of celebration, which is the 4 of Wands. This is it's a very happy card. The 4 of Wands, more Wands energy. So we have these 2 Wands cards, and like I was talking about in the first spread, the Suit of Wands, it's the kind of day-to-day matters, but it can deal with, especially in this relationship reading, can deal with our home, our family, right? Again, creative projects, and then our own passion and desire and determination for those things, right? For the work that we do, for our creative projects. The 4s in the Tarot, they are stable energy. So, we usually associate them with, like very, it brings stability. And this 4 of Wands, it's very much tied to home and family. Okay, in this card, in this deck, you can see that there's a tree house, and the card itself is called the tree house, and it speaks of, deserved success and celebration, possibly new contacts. It's, traditionally it's the kind of like the happy home and family card. So it sometimes appears when, you're moving in together, or you're moving house, you and your family, you're moving out of one house into another. Maybe you've managed to buy your own house, or you're moving into that house. It can also be, maybe expanding your current home, adding on to it, adding on a sort of an annex to it. It can also have to do with, family. So something to do with your children, right? Maybe family and children is a focus for you over the next couple of weeks. Lots of things going on around the home. If this is to do with, if you're celebrating an engagement here, there could be, maybe you've decided, or you're looking at moving in together, right? Moving home, kind of downsizing, going from the 2 separate homes to living together to the one home. If this is to do with the pregnancy or children, right, you could be bringing children home, right, bringing them home from the hospital, coming into the home, welcoming them into your home. And then the outbound energy is, this is, it's oftentimes referred to as like the 2 of Wands. It's the crossroads card, because it's usually where, you're standing there, you're staring down the 2 paths, trying to figure out which one is the right one for you. And not that there is, really a right or wrong one. It's just, there's a choice there. So it usually speaks of a choice, a decision to be made. In this deck, it always makes me think of Jack and the Beanstalk because of the big bean on it. But it's actually called Working in the Fields. And the main message in this deck for the card is collaboration. Okay, and it's stability and alliance and new experiences, and more than anything, the collaboration. You can see that they're working together, right? By working hard together, toiling in the fields, they are able to, look at what they are producing. They're getting, they're really starting to see, obviously, with this huge bean, the fruit of their labor. So, but they're doing so together. So there's collaborating energy surrounding possibly this decision. You might be deciding to, to join forces. If this is, you have been like within a relationship, you could be looking to even go into business together with this working together, right? Partnering up with your partner, right? Actually opening up your own business together. That could be a possibility for some of you. And the overall energy of the 2 of Pentacles, this is a card of balance, right? The Suit of Pentacles, we had it, where do we have it? No, we didn't have it, sorry. With swords up there. So the Suit of Pentacles deals with the tangible things, right? The tangible things here in the material realm, such as the money that we earn. It has to do with our home, again, our family, education, knowledge, our resources, its financial prosperity. And there's balance, right? Usually in the traditional tarot, it's shown kind of, this person juggling pentacles, right? Trying to keep everything up in the air, which requires agility, right? It requires balance, and it requires also the person to kind of be willing to go with the flow, right? Being able to adapt. Maybe the person started out with the one, and then they got thrown another coin, and so they're adapting. They're juggling everything. Sometimes it can have to do with juggling, like actually juggling your finances, trying to make ends meet. It can have to do with needing to find a balance, right, within your finances. But again, on this card, in this particular deck, you can see that the main image here, we have, yes, they're holding the pentacles, right? But we have the two people again. We have the children, right? And they're on the teeter-totter, the seesaw. And so there's this, yes, it's a very light-hearted type of energy. They're playing, this is very carefree type of relationship, but there's balance. And the balance is brought about by the two of them together, much like, the two children on this card kind of playing, there's balance there, much like there's balance between the work that both of these people are putting in on the Two of Wands. So a definite, working together, collaborating, partnership. And again, this can be your partnership, like with your partner, your relationship with your significant other. It could even be, like I mentioned, going into business with your significant other. Let's take a look at your Romance Angels card. And it says, give your relationship a chance. Let me find it here. Here we go. It says, the Romance Angels see that your relationship is worth devoting effort to. Although there may be issues, these can be worked through and healed. You'll need to commit to the relationship to ensure the best chance of success. At the very least, if you do it, you will know that you gave it your all. You will also understand the role that you play in its dynamics. In this way, you will avoid attracting similarly painful situations in the future. You receive this card because there's hope for your partnership. The love is still there. Working with a counselor may be your best option at this point. This professional can identify areas of dysfunction and guide you both in healthier directions. That last part of the message, that could be relevant for, some of you listening. What's coming through more strongly to me is the partnership and the working together. If there is it does speak of healing and working on the relationship to heal it. I mean, everything here, it looks so, it's just so upbeat. There's celebrations, there's a home. That could even be, if there is a pregnancy or news of a pregnancy. I mean, that could in some way, bring healing to the relationship. If you've been wanting a child for a while, if maybe you've had trouble getting pregnant or trouble having a child, there could be news which could bring great joy, which could, it could help to mend, it could help to heal the pain of wanting a child and not being able to have one. And it's by finding that middle ground, by working together, partnering with each other. When you have that relationship with, a very strong relationship, you are partners. It is a partnership. Yes, there's love, there are many things involved in a relationship, but it is a partnership. It's about working together. It's about finding that balance, each of you contributing equally to the relationship. So definitely, balance and partnership coming through for you. So I do hope that the messages have helped you. I thank you for joining me today. I look forward to reading for you again, and just know that I'm sending you much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.